Welcome, dear viewers, to a new episode of Mindspace Hub, where we discuss prominent books and films that spark thought and stir emotions. I'm Oliver.
And I'm Isabella. Today we have a magical literary masterpiece, The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. This novel beautifully combines pain and beauty in a remarkable way.
We'll dive into the story from all angles, exploring the characters, the plot, and the profound messages it carries. So, fasten your seatbelts. Let's begin with the framework of the story. The Book Thief takes place in Germany during World War II, narrated uniquely by Death himself.
Yes, and that concept alone is intriguing. Death presents the story with a reflective tone, as if we're seeing the war from a completely different perspective.
The main character, Liesel Memminger, is a young girl sent to live with a foster family, Hans and Rosa Huberman. Throughout her journey, we follow her growing passion for reading and how books become a source of strength for her.
One of the highlights of the story is her relationship with Hans, her foster father, who treats her with love and kindness and teaches her to read. We can't forget Rosa, who may seem harsh but hides a warm heart.
Let's talk about the plot. Liesel starts stealing books as a way to resist oppression and ignorance. The first book she steals is The Gravedigger's Handbook, symbolizing the beginning of her journey with words.
Exactly. There's also the touching friendship between Liesel and Rudy Steiner, her neighbor, who loves running and dreams of being like Jesse Owens.
Let's not forget Max Vandenberg, the young Jewish man hiding in the Hubermans' basement. The relationship between Max and Liesel is one of the most impactful aspects of the novel.
True, Max writes her an illustrated book called The Word Shaker, showing how words can be a weapon against oppression.
The novel's full of heartbreaking moments, like the bombing that takes Rudy's life and Liesel's foster family, leaving her alone in the end.
The ending is painful but filled with hope. Liesel survives and continues her life, carrying the love for books and the memories she holds dear.
Let's delve into some additional details. For example, the relationship between Liesel and Death as the narrator. Death shares his philosophical perspective on humans, highlighting the contrast between the horrors of war and humanity.
There's also the bond between Hans and Max. Hans represents moral conscience and humanity when he decides to help Max despite the great danger.
Let's discuss the literary depth of the novel. Zusak uses rich language filled with metaphors and similes, making every page vivid.
Interestingly, Zusak ties words to the concept of resistance. Liesel uses books as a means to rebel against injustice and discrimination.
That's true. And although the story is set during the war, it addresses universal human themes like friendship, hope, and love.
This is what makes the novel timeless. It's not just about the past of World War II, but also about the strength of the human spirit.
In conclusion, how would you rate the novel?
I consider it one of the greatest modern novels. It blends sorrow and beauty in a rare way, leaving a lasting impact on the reader.
I agree. It's an emotional and intellectual journey that takes you deep into the human soul.
The Book Thief is not just a war novel. It's a story about love, loss, and the power of words.
Indeed, it's one of those novels that stay with you long after you've read it. If you haven't read it yet, we highly recommend it.
Thank you for joining us today on Mindspace Hub. Don't forget to share your thoughts on The Book Thief in the comments.
And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get all our updates. See you in the next episode.
Goodbye.